for requesting a CMA from us. If you're looking to find the value of your home, most likely you're thinking of selling it. And we've got some great tools to support you in that process. We are very big on education. I really believe there's a high level of stress and anxiety when someone is selling their home. And what that means is when people have a high level of anxiety, they typically have a low level of knowledge. We're looking to increase that knowledge so that anxiety goes down. There's really 3 things that you need to look at, and I've got some notes I'm going to be glancing at. There's 3 things that you really want to avoid and make sure that you do correctly, because they can affect not only your home sale, but the risk that's involved. I mean, real estate is one of the most litigious things you can go through. And if you have a realtor who is not skilled, they could be setting you up for lawsuits. I see it every single day. So number 1 thing to avoid is working with the wrong realtor, the wrong real estate team, somebody who's just going to put a sign in the yard, put it in the MLS, and, email you paperwork. That's not for you. I don't recommend that. Because I think you are paying way too much money in order to have someone and have that kind of experience, and someone that's unskilled. Sometimes this could be a friend that I hear that a lot. Well, I have a friend. They call me and want to pick my brain and get information from me so that their friend can list their home. First of all, that's just annoying, because I work really hard for my clients, and I don't want to just give away my hard work so that somebody else can get a paycheck that isn't willing to do that hard work. Why do people do that? Well, I think they probably feel like their friend's going to give them a discount, or their friend's going to do it cheaper. And I'm here to tell you, any great realtor should be getting you more money than any commission that you pay out. Through negotiations, through their skills, through saving you on lawsuits. I mean, there's a lot of different ways. Saving you on the title fees. I mean, I go through that final settlement with a fine-tooth comb and save you money there. Now, it may be, a couple $100, but a couple $100, can buy a lot of coffees, maybe a few gallons of gas in today's world. The other things, maybe they are a friend or a family member, and you want to support them. I think this is great. I've always said my friends become my clients, and my clients become my friends. And there's a reason for that. My friends know my competence level in real estate. It isn't because I'm giving them discounts. It's because they know the experience is going to be stellar. High communication, they're going to know what's going on. They're not going to be laying in bed going, I wonder if they did that. I wonder if they, told the other agent that. I wonder if they are going to send that paperwork. Like, we actually do, we tell you what we're going to do, we do it, and then we tell you that we did it. And that's just how we operate. The third thing, working with the wrong real estate team or agent, is not having prepared interview questions. I want you to see the differences in realtors. I want you to interview at least 3 realtors so you can see why we are the best choice. And if you need help structuring some interview questions, I can certainly do that. I can tell you off the top of your head, off the top of my head, there's one question that you can ask any realtor, and if they can't tell you what the answer is, you should not hire them. It is a very basic question that they should know. And in real estate, we have fiduciary duties. And that's really our job, is representation. So you can ask them, what's a realtor's real job? And they're going to tell you all kinds of things. They're going to say, oh, I help people find their dream home, and I help people sell homes, and I'm not looking for the fluffy stuff. I'm like, what is your job? Your job is fiduciary duties and representation. And if they don't know those fiduciary duties, then that's a problem. I can tell you the fiduciary duties are confidentiality, obedience, loyalty, disclosure, reasonable care, and accounting. Those are the fiduciary duties that a realtor owes you. Not only should they be able to know them, they should be able to explain them in depth so that you understand what each one is. Confidentiality is forever. It is, sometimes we will ask if people in writing if I think, hey, this is going to help you. If I'm on the buying side and I have somebody that, we're in multiple offers and we're trying to get you into a property and you're a physician, it may make sense for me to tell that. But in another situation, that may not be the correct thing, because if they go, oh, they're a physician, they have all kinds of money, they can come up on their price. So there's different scenarios where it may make sense, and there's different scenarios where it may not make sense. So that would be a question for the client. You're the hero in the story. The realtor should never, ever be the hero in the story. It's ridiculous. I see these realtors that they put on their capes, they're making decisions for their clients. They're without permission, by the way. They're taking on all of the decision making while their client is the one that is really on the hook and is responsible for things. They're the ones writing the checks. They're the one that's going to be packing boxes and hiring moving trucks and writing the bigger checks. So it's not our decision as a realtor. It's our job to guide clients and give them options so that they can make informed decisions. Now, I know you just came here for CMA, which is a comparative market analysis. Why am I telling you all this? Because I think it's really important. If you are looking for what to price your home at and see what your home value is, you're probably thinking of selling, which means you could be thinking of hiring a realtor. I want you to know some of this stuff that's important. So the second thing that you should avoid is not having your home show ready. We have people, and I'm like, I have one right now where we went out and his home is completely covered in vines. It has mold growing, it needs painted. It needs all the vines off the house. It needs to be painted. He said, no, it's a look. People like that. It's like the Santa Fe style. And I'm like, no, it's not a look. And people don't like that. They want the house clean. They want to visualize moving their family there. Nobody's going to want to move into a moldy house that needs painting and has vines all over it with pests and bugs. And so it's like, don't argue with your realtor. I get it. It's your home. And if you want to sell it, you want to take yourself out of the equation. You like it that way, that's fine. If you're going to stay there, then, do whatever you want. But buyers want a certain thing when they're looking for a home. So hire somebody that you can trust, that they're going to be honest with you, because it's funny. Everybody says they want me to be honest with them. And then when I'm honest with them, they don't like it. And so I think most people just want the uncomfortable delusion more than they want they want the comfortable delusion more than they want the uncomfortable truth. And that seems to be a fact in my world. So stop fighting with your agent, have your home show ready. Don't get positioned that it's your home, because what we want to do is when you're selling your home, you want to make it attractive to the greatest buyer pool that you can. And if there's only going to be 2 people on the planet that want a moldy home with lots of vines growing on it, and you want them to pay top dollar, I guarantee that's not going to happen. That is part of the condition of your home. And when we price your home, it's going to be priced at the low end of condition. So, stop getting positioned on it that it's your home. We really want buyers to walk in and go, oh, this is my home. We want them to make it theirs in their mind, because buyers buy way before they ever write an offer. The third thing under not having your home show ready is trying to control what the buyer does with the property. I've had people say, well, we have horses, we want them to have horses. Well, guess what? They might not have horses, and they may have boats, and they may have trucks and trailers. They may be a contractor, or maybe they're just a really nice family that wants to have a couple of chickens and some goats, but they're not planning on ever having horses. Stop controlling it. Once they give you the money, they can do whatever they want. And again, the buyers buy way, way, way before they ever even write an offer on your home. They buy in their mind first. So I want you to get into the mindset that you're selling your home way before they offer that, or before they ever put that offer in. The third thing that is really, really bad if you're going to do it. So the first thing was working with the wrong real estate team or real estate agent, not having your home show ready, which was number 2. And number 3 is incorrect pricing. I see this all the time. Either the realtor goes in and they give you a very high price so that you'll go with them because then you go, oh my gosh, this realtor says they can get us this much. And it's a lie, number 1. Or there's other models where they price it very low in order to drive the price up. And what that does is it sets improper expectations in both of those scenarios. So if you price it too high, people won't even come look at it and you won't have showings. And the people that are supposed to see it don't see it because they're not looking up that high because maybe they're not even approved up that high. So you're missing your buyer. If you price it too low, the buyer comes in and let's say you price it at $700 and it should be in the $600 or $625 range. They may only be looking up to $625 and they may not even see it. If you price it too low and let's say it's worth $600 and you priced it at $550, now you're attracting buyers that can go up to $550. And they can't even push to $575, or maybe they can, but they can't push to $6. So you're attracting the wrong buyer once again by pricing it too low. You need to price your home correctly for the condition and for the location. And there is a situation, I had some of you have heard me tell this story. I had a listing that I took. It had been on the market for 18 months with 2 different agents. And I told the seller he needed to raise the price. And he's like, well, that's crazy. I've had it on there. He had it priced at $549 and then he priced it at $549,999. And I said, you need to raise it to $550. And he's like, why would $1 matter? And I said, because it is a database and people don't search in their brains. They search with numbers that end in 0 or 5. And as you get into the higher price points, like in 500, most of the time people will search in increments of 25,000, but sometimes they'll search in increments of 50,000. We had his home under contract in 7 days. I knew the realtor. He said, Michelle, this home has been on the market, I swear, since like Jesus was a baby. And I said, okay, come on. I've only had it 7 days. And he said, yes, but it was on the market a long time. What's wrong with it? And I said, there's nothing wrong with it. You need to look at your buyer's search and see what they were looking for. So he went in the MLS. He said they were searching for anything above $550. Well, they were missing this house because it was $1 below $550. So they weren't even seeing it in their search. And so I know that strategy works. When somebody prices something at $595, they're missing that. You'll come up if they're searching $575 to $600, but if you search the higher market, $600 to $625 or $600 to $650, they miss it by $5,000. So pricing strategies are very, very important. And I've got a lot of information in this. I've already been talking for almost 14 minutes, so I apologize, but I want you to know that there's a lot of great information in this report. And I hope that you will look at it and seriously consider some of the things to look for in not only what your home is worth, but in a great real estate team. I work with my daughter, Emma. We take very good care of people. We have high communication. Sometimes not great for my husband, but usually my clients like it pretty well. But we're looking for an opportunity to earn your business. Now, if you have a horse property, because I do have a specialty in horse property, we sell about 50% horse property, 50% single family, residential subdivision homes. And I want to tell you that sometimes these comparative market analysis that are automated, they don't always do a great job with horse property. So if you see numbers that just look like they're way too low, that's usually an indicator that it is, not pulling correct information. So just give me a call and I'll be happy to look that up and and give you an idea of what your home is worth. My number is 480-577-8272. We actually are building a listing workshop and a buyer workshop. So if you're interested, you can just go to gophoenix.com/workshop. Workshops, I believe it is, with an S. And you can select if you're a buyer or seller, and you can log in. It'll go through our listing documents. It goes through all kinds of disclosures, everything that you need to know if you're thinking of listing your home. So by the time you schedule time with us to come out, we walk through, we look at your home, we determine a price, and it's very easy and flawless for you. You can do most of it at home in your own time. Now, we're happy to come out and do that with you and spend an hour or two going through things, but most people love going through the workshops because they can do it in their own time. They can learn more about us just by what we're teaching them and see if they really want to work with us. So we value the opportunity to earn your business, and I look forward to seeing you at one of our workshops. Take care. Bye-bye.